Hello, everyone, and then we're going to be talking about inches and you. And before we talk about inches and you, I was talking to Ritu about is the entity thing. A lot of people come and tell me that, hey, you know what, entities, I would like to do that more. But guess what? I'm not stopping you from doing that. I'm simply saying you have a body. So first get connected to this, and then you will be aware of way many more things. Do
Yeah,
so where have you decided either I do entities or I do bodies? It's, I mean, in the physical reality, what is more uh, valuable is your body. Because
yeah,
if your body is going along with you, wherever you're taking it, because it has to get the work done or work accomplished, that's your body, right?
mm,
Okay. And the awareness that I got was inches in you when I just was even writing the topic. The more you're inching towards yourself, the more the excess baggage or the excess weight will kind of start dropping off. The more you're inching away from yourself, guess what? Because there is so much of space and distance that you start adding on more of weight in that, or more of junk in that, more of whatever is not required in that. That is
mm.
what I meant by. So, what will it take for you to start inching towards you? And it could be your sensitivity, it could be your emotions, it could be your thoughts, feelings that start getting loaded in that space. And how much significant you've made your how you look and your weight, and weight is essentially what are you waiting for? When you're really waiting for something to show up, something to happen, is when you start putting on that weight. So what do you like about your excess baggage? Do you know fat cells? Do you know fat cells are nothing but they are cells, and they are storage cells. Everywhere you're using your body as a storage cell. Can you stop that now? So like fat cells and muscles are exactly same cells, but the cell decides whether it's going to be fat or it's going to be a muscle.
And how does one sort of ensure that it doesn't become a fat cell versus a muscle? Is it just
But
judgment?
it is a choice that you have to allow the cell to make. It's not
Mm.
just the judgment, but it's a thing. So I'm just letting you know, just a second. So how do you get to know? Okay, so it's basically on regular basis ask for all the cells that have decided to be fat and skinny cells instead of muscle cells in your system, in your body, in your relationships, in your realities, and pock and pod all your decision to become the fat cells. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So because at the end of the day, it is the cell's choice. It's got nothing to do with you, but you are the one who's kind of um giving it that fire, okay, fine, let's do this or let's do that.
Okay.
So, um, so will you destroy and uncreate wherever you aligned and agreed with or resisted and reacted to that allows all of that fat to exist in your system? Right, wrong, good, bad, powerful, client, choice, boys, provides, and beyond. Because anything that is excess in your life or in your body, that you're receiving excess of emotional baggage, excess of food, excess of anything, you will store as in the fat cells. You are an acoustical being. Do you even know that? Acoustical is that sound wave. When you're a wave, that is when you're being the acoustical being. But
Mm-hmm.
what you're doing is you're changing that sound, that wave thing. You're changing that in becoming. Can you please mute everyone? You're turning it into the electrical vibration.
Mm.
So everywhere you're turning into the electrical vibration of things, can you just turn and create it now? Right, wrong, good, bad, perfect, clench, boys, bad, and so, and then you're locking it up because your body is a storage. It has a lot of storage cells, and fat is that. So it's like, you have a pen drive and it has a lot of space, and you're just filling it up with, katra or the garbage, right? Things that are of no use. Can you let that go now? So what are you holding on to, and what have you decided that you cannot let go of? What inventions are you using to create your body as a storage base? Also, because every judgment you do of yourself or take that judgment from others is nothing but it creates a lot of demons and fat cells for eternity that you're choosing. Everything that is, can you let that go now? What can you choose differently that you're not willing to? And then you're judging your body for being the fat bastard bitch that it is. It's your creation, right? So, everywhere you want to be, you are creating a fat body so that you're judged, so that you can be in the hiding, so that you're never seen. But actually, the body wants to be seen, but you're not going to give it the attention that the body is asking for. So, what's the value of creating obesity? What's the value of creating anorexia and all the disorders with bodies? And where have you defined that only a zero-figure body is the best body? Do you know what best is? Best is a judgment, just in case you did not know that. This is best. Oh, you know what? That facilitator is best. Really? So from one judgment, you add on to another. Can you destroy and uncreate it now? Yes. It's your enthusiasm that you're having if you kind of meet a facilitator. Some may not bring that enthusiasm, and that's okay. Forget the facilitator. How much are you judging you based on that? Oh, I'm not that good enough. Based on what? Everything that I brought out. Can you let that go, please? People, you can ask questions rather than being on mute. It would be nice because it's about inches and you. So point is, when you're not being happy, you are actually creating a lot of stuff in your body.
So, Kavita, sometimes when we develop certain food allergies, I'm gluten allergic or I'm dairy allergic, and therefore you also put on a lot of weight because, well,
So
how does one deal with that?
I just want to bring that to your notice because I'm not allergic to lactose, but in the last 6 months, 8 months, I was told I was getting those pings from the universe and dairy products or off dairy products. You know that, right? The minute I went off those dairy products, my body, and I've been asking for my body weight to shift, and it wasn't shifting, and 12 kgs I dropped. Because when this information came one year or 1.5 years ago, I rejected it by doing interesting point of view. It's not for me. Did I ask a question? No, I did not. Is this information for me? Okay. It took me 1.5 years of regular falling sick or whatever and all, and I till I realized that there were 4 people who said, "Why would you like to give this up and see?" And I did that. I not only my weight shifted, I'm feeling lighter, I'm feeling more enthusiastic about life, I'm feeling much lighter about everything. Yeah. So what if and trust me, I have no allergy. It was just a choice I made that maybe it's a possibility that my body is asking for something different, and can I give it to my body? What if you did not have to create illnesses or sickness for you to give that to yourself or to your body?
हमको एक तो वो दो ना ईयरफोन्स
What? So yeah. So now you're saying that if I develop gluten allergy, what is the is there a message? Okay, what's coming right now is there a message coming from nature, that you don't need to have this? Because gluten is what? Made out of wheat, right? Ritu, I'm answering your question. Are you there? Hello? Yeah. So
Sorry,
now what
yeah.
happens is on the planet, there are not only one, two, but there are many people who are falling sick, right? Who are, developing this allergy of gluten,
Yeah.
right? What are you aware of? What is your body aware of? You're connected, and could you allow yourself to know what's underneath that? I'm not saying you leave it. I'm not saying you have it, but I'm simply saying be present with your body if it's working for you or not. What if you did not have to reject it with the idea, oh, this is this, and you should not have this, and have a strong point of view around it? Point is, today I'm not having and choose not to have because it's not working for my body. And truly, who are you allergic to when you could ask that question? Because largely we are allergic to people.
But how does that develop into a gluten allergy? Sorry if I may persist with that a little bit.
Okay, I mean, this is something coming from a different, where I got my awareness was from different modalities, and it's like more like a convergence. So gluten is what? Wheat is a provider energy. Who's the provider energy in your life?
Okay.
If it resonates, it's true for you.
Okay.
You get it? So now the provider could be a father, provider could be a husband, you could be a provider, and you just don't want to work, and you're probably getting allergic to that. You get it?
Yeah.
And what if you did not have to make it significant that I need to leave it or not leave it? Right now, it's not working for my body, and I'm not okay with it. So I'd rather not have it. Right?
Yeah.
So could you just flow and just know that your body knows what works for it and what it doesn't? And every body is different. Every body is unique. Every body is has a different story. So what diet works on me may not work on you at all.
Yeah.
Yeah. What workout that I love doing, you may not love doing workout at all, and that's okay. So wherever you've decided that I have to work out, there was a time when Dane used to work out every day, like 6 days a week. Now his body is absolutely okay 3 times a week, right? But he likes working out, so he's working out. What if there is no judgment associated with, oh, today I didn't work out, so my day is going to be like this. I'm so fucked, and I'm so this, I'm so that. What if you didn't have to make it significant and solid? Because you will start putting on weight the day you're not going to the gym or doing some kind of a workout. Yeah. So what if you could just allow yourself to just be? And now today, what my body is asking for? Oh, my body is asking for rest. Let me just rest. Why? So the whole thing is the bodies come out sick, or bodies create illnesses, is simply because nobody is connecting with their body or listening to their body. Everything that is, we just turn and create. Right from good, bad, finish, providing the others.
Yeah, makes sense.
So what? And there are a lot of people who say, oh, this is hormonal. So what if you didn't have to blame your hormones for anything? What are you what are you receiving that you don't want to receive, that you're storing as fat cells in your body? And then we create allergies because we don't want to receive, but we still have to. And then we're like, okay, this is how I can throw it back. So I don't need to. So what are you holding on to instead of just receiving it and letting it move on through? So what have you misapplied and misidentified receiving as holding on to and planning for the future? That's where we start bloating, or we start putting on weight or inches. And it's not even about weight. Let me tell you that. What if it's not about weight? What if it's only about what kind of inches would you like to be? And what if you did not have the scales to judge that? Do you know these scales why these scales were created? Scales of judgment, so that they could sell their insurances. Now, even if you're like 5 kgs overweight, oh, you're susceptible to heart and this and this and this and thyroid and all the diseases which will be listed, right? Now you're like, oh, because I'm fat, so I'll have all these diseases in my body. Is that really true? And then you will buy those insurances, and that's really a concept which has come from outside, and we've taken it very beautifully in India or in Asian countries. The fact is, you've created your body. Would you like to receive from your body, not judge your body? And so, yeah, what is it that you guys wanted inches in you? Any questions? And how much of your receiving have you shut out to make sure you never have to receive?
A lot.
A lot, yeah. And that receiving would also include money, would include relationships, would include good sex, would include a lot of things.
Yeah.
But you're shutting it out because you can't handle it. You're like, okay, fine. And how much are you making your body so dense to believe that you're a human? That all these are human emotions and the way they judge themselves and the bodies. What is food? If I tell you, which even Umesh talks about in his classes, is like food is never the cause of weight. And weight is never about protecting yourself or rejecting yourself. Right? What if you're creating an allergic response to compensate for everything that's going on in your body? And I mean, in technical terms, you call it antigen pathways. All the stress that your mother went through when she was about to deliver you, this also affects all the allergies that you may have tomorrow in your body.
Interesting.
It is. So everything that comes up in your way of your weight or the stuff that's going on, everything has a very, very interesting point of view. All your presumptive realities, creating need of reactive realities with food, with bodies, with relationships. If you could just let that go, you will have much more ease in your space. But you had a questions on weight? Did you have a question on weight?
Yeah, actually, you know what? Whenever there is some emotions that come up, acid refluxes start and my stomach gets bloating. And
so you know you know what emotions are coming up?
I don't get actually that point, so many things are working together. I don't know. I cannot pick up like what particular thing.
Okay.
Yeah, sometimes it's an irritation with the relationship.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's like, money related.
So what if I say that it's only irritation with the people around that creates a response system in your body, because that's how your body is throwing out. Because body's like, I can't store enough now, I can't take it. So I need to vent it out. Right? So all that anger that you have towards yourself for not being able to say things, or you're just receiving, or at the receiving end and you're getting irritated, who are you really irritated with? What's underneath this? If you kind of recognize that, and you if you could do the body process, MTVSS and DMMD.
That I do, yeah.
Yeah, because there's one lady who at the age of 70,
another one which you said, sorry to interrupt.
Molecular demanifestation.
Molecular
molecular demanifestation. So there's this one lady who had cleared her acid reflux at the age of 70, just by doing these two processes on her daily.
Okay.
Yeah.
MTVs
And
I do daily,
Mhm.
MTVSS, but molecular demanifestation I was not doing. So with
Mhm.
MTVSS also, it would
You
get
can give
weekend
a
off. But then again, whenever that thing is like, that situation arises, again it starts.
so all your presumptive realities and need of reactive realities and all the AI keeping it in place, because see, those are all triggers that you have that get flared up, right? And everywhere you think, and the whole thing is there's so much of anger against yourself. Well,
Okay.
anger also gets your body to bloat up. So how much anger are you holding on in your cells that is getting you to put on weight or getting you to grow horizontally, everything that is. Can you let that go now?
Yes.
Yeah. And what we are avoiding food, but we're not clearing the emotions. Like, oh, so when you're angry and you ingest a food item or whatever, and then you start feeling sick. See, I told you this is a bad thing. I should not be eating this. Everything goes onto the food, because food is one thing that you can control. Other things you can't control. People you can't control.
Yes. True.
So typically, I am not having gluten and dairy because currently it's fun for me. But the day I want to have, I can have it also. It's a choice I'm giving myself, right? I'm
Right.
not allergic to it, but the underlying things which are there in terms of emotions that needed to be worked upon, that surface, and I'm like, okay, let's work with this then. But am I controlling the food? Answer is yes. You know what? I found amazing cuisines because I'm not having these basic things which was the staple diet. I'm really enjoying exploring new things, at least in the area of food. So what if it's not right or wrong to have that as your reality with your body? So all that anger, all that irritation, all that is, that is lying as a ball of energy. And you put anything inside, like, you even if you're going to have tea or the chai or coffee, it's going to be out. It's going to flare it up. Then you'll say, see, tea doesn't work. And then slowly, you will have other things also coming up in that. Maybe I'm having too spicy, too many spices. That's why it's not working. But that's something you really enjoyed. So slowly, stuff that you enjoy, you will start eliminating um, from your life. And what if you didn't have to do that? Yes,
Okay.
Bhavna.
Actually, even I've just realized after having my radiation this time, I'm not being able to have any spices. The minute I eat anything which has spice in it, I start bleeding in my stool.
Yeah. So what are spices to you? And is your body telling you that we are? I mean, with all that you've been holding in your gut, your gut feels weakened. Everywhere you've not heard your gut feelings, that is allowed your gut to weaken out. And now if you put the tadka of spices in it, obviously it's going to hurt, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So is
Yeah.
your life spicy enough? You have a lot of drama going on in your life.
At the
Oh, that's why the body can't take spices. So could you kind of acknowledge that there is enough of spicy stuff going on in your world that you don't need to ingest it, or if you ingest it, it's going to, like, come out as blood, or it will explode.
Yeah.
So ask your body, what can we have instead? Hey, I'm really sorry for making you go through this.
Yeah.
When I was born, there was a long time I couldn't have spices, but I like spicy food. I really like. So they were astrologers, and I always had a bad stomach. The astrologers would say, she's gonna have, like, stomach issues and gut issues and everything and all. And for quite some time I had, till I got into Access. Let me tell you that. I got
I really
into Access and
yeah.
did so many processes. I don't know which, I can't even say which body process, but I know I've done a lot of body work on myself. And I enjoy spices now, with or least in the last 10 years.
But actually, with my health issue and all that come up, that I now can't go back to the job and my finances are stuck. How?
But you never wanted to do that job. Ouch. That you had to create a health issue for you to recognize that you cannot do that job. What else is possible now?
Yeah, that what else
Okay.
is possible? I don't know.
You have to be in a question. I can't tell you. You have to ask yourself, what's fun for me? What can I do? There are people who are disabled and they cannot step out, they can't do their stuff, but they have something, some talent, some skill that they start working from home, and then people start coming to them. What is it? What is your strength? You know it best. What can I choose now? Which will be easy and fun for me and give me my space and time to me. And also I can earn.
Yeah.
And everywhere you've decided, no, that's not possible, you have to clear that energy. All your presumptive realities, who will come to me? Why will somebody give me money? I was in a job, so that is the only way I could have made money. Can you let that go now?
Yes.
So yeah. So everywhere you're now willing to have fun in any situation and laugh at yourself, even in adversities, you're just trying and create it now. I try with back for line short burst. I know it is difficult to laugh when things are dark, but you know what? There's called dark humor. You can laugh. See, you can laugh a little later. In that moment, I know you just feel like crying. But then cry, but then you'll really laugh at yourself after some time. I do that all the time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've seen you grow.
I've seen myself grow. Oh my God.
I've seen you.
And I love drama, seriously. But now I'm an allowance of my own drama. Do you know that? Earlier I was resisting that, hey, you know what? I am a CF and how could I do this? Now I'm like, yeah, you know what? I just like it. And then I can let go of it because I have no judgment of myself regarding the trauma that I create. I get sucked into this reality, right? You don't need to have trauma. And then if there are people around you who will not take your trauma, you will eventually come out of it. I have a lot of people who stood by me while I was holding on to my trauma. Then I got bored of it. You can't watch the same movie again and again. You want to watch a different movie, but there are some people who can really watch a movie again and again. I don't have that patience.
Yeah.
So yeah. So what's going to be fun for you?
Oh, I'm waiting to have fun, but I don't know how to have the fun.
Well, see, now that will put on weight because you're waiting to have fun. You did not have to wait for nothing. You just allow yourself to have fun in the smallest things, the most ordinary ways. Even the simplicity of things can be fun. But you're waiting for something big to happen, and that event would be fun. What if that's not true?
Yeah.
So we were talking about inches and you. So what if you could start inching towards yourself so that you're more aware? And the more you're inching towards you, you would not allow any kind of void or gap to be there, that you start storing in shit in that or crap in that. When you're inching away from you, then there is so much, and anything can come and sit there. Could be entities, could be demons, could be judgments, could be crap and junk or whatever. And you don't need that.
No, I don't.
I mean, unless you do, and you could be absolutely okay. You know what? This is the body I've created, and I always wanted this kind of body.
No, I don't want this kind of body. No.
Yeah. I mean, then don't say I don't want, because then you will end up creating it. Because I don't want money will get you money. So you know the difference, right? Want means to lack. When you say I don't want this body, which means you don't lack having this body. Yeah.
Yeah. So I want fat.
What? Yeah, I want that. But and point is, what could I choose now?
Yeah.
What could I? Yeah, buddy. What could we be together? And everywhere I'm waiting to die. or dying to get out of something, and which I can't, and I don't think I have the courage to, and I have to make myself so ill so that I can come out of it. Could you let that go now?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, any questions?
Yeah, Kavita, you were going to share your experience regarding.
Regarding? I forgot.
You
What
used
is?
this phrase, I don't want to be skinny.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
think
yeah,
so.
yeah. See,
Yeah,
my
yeah.
hands. Yeah, look at my hands. I started in June. I started saying that. Now everyone's
Yeah.
saying, "Stop it! You're looking very skinny." I'm like, yeah, but I like it, right? I've stopped saying that. It's still having its effect.
Yeah, so what you were saying, you were going to share this experience in this class, you saying last time.
So when June, I mean, I can show you the before and after. I think I'll put it up on social media before and after in this
No, I
last
can
6
see,
months only.
I can see the change in your body.
So
Totally,
totally changed.
Yeah.
So, and I really was asking my body, I was like, I'm done having this body. The kind of heaviness I was carrying was huge, and I was like, what can we do together to change this? Then came a situation where a friend of mine said, immediately drop gluten and dairy products. So for 2 days, I was like, oh my God, no, this is not what I wanted because I love pizzas. What'll happen? Can't have burgers also because burger breads you can't have and everything. Okay, after 2 days, I said, okay, let's do it. Because see, something that you've decided I can't do, and maybe you would be getting a breakthrough from that. And within 3 weeks, I started shedding weight, and alongside, way before I even met my friend, I started saying I don't want to be skinny. So 10 times in the morning, 10 times in the evening, I would say that.
Oh, okay.
I would say that more than 10 times also, actually, more than that in a day. I don't want to be skinny. And then this thing kind of opened up, and then I kind of dropped those food items. Now, the fact is, there are many others who drop those food items, yet their body weight is unshakable.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
But I kept saying, I don't want to be skinny. And that's
Oh.
where I feel that something else was there that within 3 weeks, it was 7.5 kgs. Then you will find people who will tell you, oh, that's a very rapid drop. You must be going through some illness. I'm like, really? Are you kidding? You're not looking at the control levels I've had with not having certain food stuff. But irrespective, I did not make that significant. And I kept saying it till I realized that now I think I'm skinny enough and I this much is okay, is when I stop. But the effects of it wouldn't stop. I'm like, buddy, we're good now. Okay? We're just good now. And now I'm enjoying food. I'm enjoying everything that I'm having. In fact, I think I'm searching for more, like in terms of food, something interesting, something more. I am here. I'm telling you, in the month of May, I go for my CA training to Rome, and my other friends who are having sushi, and they love sushi, and I hated sushi. And I'm like, God, how do they have this shit? I mean, okay, interesting point of view. I was very judgmental. And last month, oh no, in the month of January, in fact, a friend of mine took me there, and I was like, wow, this tastes amazing. And I like sushi. Can you imagine? In the month of May, from May to Jan, now I'm like appreciating sushi. I'm like, shit, I really judge those people who used to have sushi. I used to make fun of those people. I had to really pop off that hey, it's okay. I was something else then. I'm someone else now, and I'm only upgrading myself. And sushi is gluten free. Can you imagine? So it's good. It's fun to have that.
So Kavita, I should say I don't want to be skinny. I don't want money. I don't want to be healthy. I don't want to be happy.
And yeah, I mean, you want to play with that, you play with that. But I wouldn't say that. I don't want to be happy. I'll play with money and body and see what shows up. And then be present and aware as to what's coming up, okay, around you. Okay. There could be a possibility or opening up. There could be another opportunity coming your way. You need to see what's coming up. And then allow yourself to go that way, because energetically it matches with what you're asking for.
And I can't walk properly. I have to use a stick. So can I say I don't want to walk?
I wouldn't again recommend, if it feels light to you, okay. But you simply say, hey, body, what can we choose together to be free of this stick or whatever, just put it in a way where you're like getting. I would suggest get your bars on and do a lot of body processes, ask somebody to come and do it, because there was this one lady who was having multiple sclerosis. I'm talking about I don't know which country in Europe she was from. She couldn't walk without a stick, and she was in a maestro class in 2018, and she was like, my entire life changed. The more she got her bars run, the more she got rid of her judgments and opinions. She doesn't use a stick anymore, and she's free, and nobody looking at her could say that she had MS. So if you're making walking with a stick more significant, then guess what? You've already judged it, and something that you've judged will be very difficult to get rid of. It took me 8 months to get rid of the judgment I had against sushi. Can you imagine? And that's just the food item. How much have we judged our bodies?
Yes.
So it gets very difficult to undo the judgment and then say, okay. And what if the stick is really contributing? What if you didn't have a judgment of that? It'll stay. If it has to, it'll go if it has to. But you have no point of view about it either ways. What I'm bringing here is, being a CF also, we can have judgments. And what if you could be an allowance of your judgments and not judge yourself for having judgments? And that's when I could allow myself to clear those judgments. A lot of people go into spiritual activities and they're like, now I can't do this because I'm more spiritual. But what if you are everything, including being spiritual? You always had it, and so you now you're being that energy. What if you did not have to put so much pressure on you just because you're doing some spiritual or consciousness stuff? Today I am this, and tomorrow I could be something else. But it's a choice. What if you did not have to judge yourself or your unconsciousness or somebody else's unconsciousness just because you're doing consciousness classes? You go to a class and then you start judging others who are not doing it. So I'm simply saying, what if you were to get out of the judgment of your own body, your own self, how much lightness would you bring onto the planet? And know that, okay, right now I'm in that judgment and I will let it go and keep using the tools, and it will go. The energy, the electromagnetic energy would dissipate, and you'll be like, cool, I'm over it. So I would judge sushi and I would say pardon po. And I would use other tools with that. But I still held on to the judgment because the judgment was intense. I know in some lifetime I must have been a Japanese or something. I don't know. I just love judging. But it's over. I'm so free. I'm so happy that I got over it.
Yes.
So that's what I'm saying. Now that's setting yourself free. That nothing holds you down. Right? So thank you.
Thank you so
today.
much. Yeah.
We will meet next Monday.
Thank you.
I want to ask you one thing, that do you take person-to-person clearing counsel?
Yes, I do. I like the body to body and person to person, everything.
I love that
Yes,
question. Even I was thinking the same. Thank you so much for asking.
Yeah.